to start the stream, which means it's probably started by now. Because there's like a small delay. Now, let's get this recording. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of uh the Guardians of the 615. Hang on. I didn't have this set up right. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Y'all know what I'm bringing up. Y'all already know what's coming up.
Yeah.
We're
So
live.
get the subs.
We're live. Comment, so go ahead, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and you'll be entered in for a chance to win $50 on the 1st and 15th of every month. All right. So that means somebody will be chosen on the 15th. And then remember, we will be shouting out our winners the following pod. So next week we'll shout out the winner for the February 15th winner. So that's all you gotta do. Subscribe, comment. And remember, we are live Thursdays at about 6 p.m. ish. So stay tuned for that. Hit that bell icon. And if you guys are coming into the chat as the chats get going, just go ahead, thumbs up the video for us. That really, really helps with engagement and it pushes our videos up in the algorithm. All right. Secondly, the Ivy Fitness workout programs. We got a free 30-day challenge, Valentine's Day special, no equipment needed. It's all body weight stuff you do at home. Check that out. We got workout programs here that are a little more like weights and stuff like that. And then if you need something very specific, just fill this out, reach out to me, and I can help you with making a workout program. Also, don't forget finalformsubs.com, protein powders, creatines, pre-workouts, coffee, tea, handcrafted bars of soap. We got it all. Go to finalformsubs.com to check that out. Any announcements on your end, Calvin?
Yeah. Yes. Actually, I've been this is actually gonna go into my first question, Finest. Actually, no, forget that. We're gonna test this out for the people and everything since I just got this today and I've been really wanting to get this and everything. So, bro,
Bet.
what's your take on CMOS?
On CMOS?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
If you have one.
I don't really have one. I know a lot of people use it as an alternative to like your omegas,
Mm-hmm.
like your omega fatty acids in terms of supplements, stuff like that. But I don't take like fish oil pills and things like that because it takes so long for the benefits to work. Like you got to take it 4 to 6 months like continuously, and which I can, but I have other means of supplementing my joints with certain things and brain supplements. So from what I understand, it's a good alternative to the omegas. But yeah, but I don't have like a strong take on it all for real.
And that's the reason why.
W's in the chat.
Say what'd you say, Finest?
I'll
Oh,
just say W's in the chat. People are coming into the chat.
oh, okay. So this is my thing. I've heard that same thing, fatty acids, like fats, omegas, and everything like that.
Yeah,
And obviously, too, I've talked to you about that as well. So I bought some sea moss gel and everything, and we're gonna see how
a
this feels and
gel.
everything like that. Yeah,
Like
it's
you rub it on your skin, or is it like you do like a
no,
spoonful and you eat it?
no, you split, you take it like so. This is what it says. So the suggested use on it. It says add 1 to 2 teaspoons to your smoothie, hot beverage, cereal, or simply just enjoy by itself. Gel will remain fresh in the fridge for about 3 weeks after opening and everything. So this does have an expiration date on it and everything like that. So that's good to know. Um, Obviously too, like I'm big into just anything that's energy boosting and everything like that. Especially during the what's it called, winter months, because there's just not a lot of sunlight. So a lot of people use a lot of different supplements, alternatives, just to boost their mood and everything. Because obviously you get your energy from sunlight.
Right.
Woo, excuse me. But damn, woo, my fault, chat. But man, this one it's looks like it's by Wild Harvest, St. Lucia Ocean, Sea Moss, and everything like that. Um, so yeah, man, we gonna bust this down right now. And the thing about it too, it's mango. It's flavored. It's mango pineapple. Because when I did my research, they said when you get sea moss, like the actual like natural one, it's a nasty taste and everything. So
I
we
bet.
we yeah. The more this shit kind of
You smell good?
it smells it smells pleasing. I'll say that. The consistency I don't know if you guys can see this shit, but like look, it looks like applesauce kind of in a way.
Yeah.
Um Shit, we gonna dive in like Trey Songz and see what it's talking about. Definitely applesauce texture.
Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Not too bad. The taste, I kind of taste the mango more than the pineapple in it,
Yeah,
but it's not
mango's a strong
bad. It's
flavor.
not it's not bad. It's not like you got to force yourself to do it and everything like that.
Hmm.
Um, Damn, this shit actually kind of good. But we gonna see. But I give you the updates and everything if I feel something different or energy boost in the next few weeks and everything like that, man. But no cap, this shit is actually pretty damn good.
And where'd you get that from?
I got on Amazon. I researched a bunch of different brands and everything, and this brand was the one that just had the best reviews and everything, just from benefits, taste, price wise too, and everything. So yeah, man, we putting this bad boy in the fridge. And we gonna let it get cold. It might be a little bit better when it's cold. So
Yeah, good on the supplements, bro. Just staying on top of it. Paul, I know you in the chat. First of all, chat, we appreciate you, chat. Chat, go thumbs up the video, chat. That'll help the video once the stream is over. It'll still get pushed in the algorithm if we get thumbs up on the video. So appreciates that. Um, also, speaking of like doing things in terms of like health, I bought this past weekend. I bought a blood pressure monitor thing,
mhm.
and it's funny because I don't. I feel like I'm in great shape. I didn't get it because like I feel like my blood pressure was high or I had like a went to a doctor and it was high, or whatever. But I've taken this year. I've always been health focused, but this year I'm really like trying to take it to the next level. So my Apple Watch, I've been really tracking my sleep score, my heart rate, resting heart rate, breath per minute. Like I'm diving into all my analytics that the my Apple Watch had, which I did last year, but last year I was just focused on like the calorie burning stuff. So I was focused on making sure I'm burning my calories, getting my 10,000 steps. I was focusing on that. Now I'm really focused in on everything else. So that includes like, making sure my heart rate's good. Like my resting heart rate is like high 40s, low 50s, which is good. And then I was like, I need to start checking my blood pressure because I haven't had my blood pressure checked. I used to go to the doctor every year. I didn't go last year because trying to schedule one was like super inconvenient. So I haven't had my blood work or my blood work. That I usually get my blood work done when I go to the doctor, but I also haven't had my blood pressure checked in over a year, a long time. So somebody's like, "How's your blood pressure?" Or like when I go to the doctor, like, "How your blood?" I don't know. And blood pressure is one of those things where like you can be someone that is fit and still have high blood pressure. Like there's other things that can affect your blood pressure besides just being in shape or being quote unquote ripped, whatever, or being skinny. You can still have high blood pressure. So I was like, I don't know. So once a month, at least once a month, maybe once a week. I feel like for the first couple of weeks, I'll do once a week. And if it's about the same every week, then I'll probably just go to once a month, start checking my blood pressure. So I checked it this morning. Because I tried to check it yesterday, but the timing of it wasn't ideal because I had just had did some like I had a bunch of caffeine because in the morning got done my workout, this, then the third, and then I was like running errands and doing stuff, so I was like moving around. So I did it today, and it turned out pretty well after my workout, and I had 250 milligrams of caffeine. I went to go work out, and then before I started drinking my black tea, my hot black tea, because caffeine it will inflate your stuff. And before I put in like one of my a Zen or a Black Buffalo, because nicotine temporarily spikes your blood pressure. I measured it and it was like 125 over 74, which is good. The top number, I forget what it's called. It starts with a D or whatever. I think it's like diastatic or whatever. The top number you want it to be under 130 is ideal. 120 to 130 is like you're not high blood pressure or pre-hypertension, but it's called elevated. So mine's at like 125. My low number you want it under 80, which it was like 74. But I'm pretty sure the top number was a little elevated because I worked out an hour, less than an hour ago. And before my workout, I had 250 milligrams of caffeine. So I was like, for that type of baseline, I was like, I think that's pretty good. But I'm like really stepping it up. Like my sleep score, I've been making sure, dude, especially at our age, bro,
You're what? You've been
my sleep score. So when you go to sleep, here, I'll show you right now. Like last night, my sleep, here. I don't know if you can see that. It's a 95. So what it does is it has a grade between your sleep duration, how much. So last night I got 7 hours, and this week I average about 7 hours. I'm at like 7 hours and 10 minutes of sleep. That's about what I try to get is 7 hours.
Mhm.
Your bedtime, what time you're going to bed was my bedtime was perfect. It was 30 out of 30. I think I was asleep before midnight. Like 11 something. I got up at like 6:45 to work out. The duration was a 46 out of 50. So almost if I got to 8 hours, it'd probably be perfect. And interruptions is how many times you wake up in the middle of the night. And my interruptions were 19 out of 20. So my overall score was a 95 on my sleep score, which means I'm getting the sleep I need. And then by getting the sleep I need in turns, that means my recovery is going to be good. I'm going to be more well rested, ready for the day, et cetera, et cetera. And getting good sleep is just a good overall blanket thing to do in terms of your immune system, staying in tip-top shape, your body functioning the way it needs to function. So just stuff like that, I've been really on top of. Blood
Yeah.
oxygen right now is 98%. Breaths per minute is right about 14. So
How do you
yeah.
track the sleep though? That's my
Huh?
thing. How do you track the sleep portion?
I wear my watch when I sleep.
Okay.
So yeah, when you wear it, your watch will just detect when you're asleep based on like different metrics, like based on your heart rate, how like still you are, and things like that. It
Mhm.
detects all that. So like I charge my watch during the day or like either during the day or like during dinner when I'm not moving around a lot. I'll charge my watch. So usually when I go to bed, my watch is at 100%. I put it on, put my phone on the charger, and then yeah, it tracks my sleep.
Gotcha.
Dude,
Gotcha.
the technology in Apple Watch is crazy because it's pretty accurate when I fall asleep because it'll know when you fall asleep and it's
Mhm.
usually pretty accurate. It'll tell you what time you fell asleep. Here, it has this whole breakdown. So if you go to, I'm trying to figure out how I can show this. Here we go. So 7 hours, 4 minutes.
What you got to
It's
go to the activity, the little app and everything?
it's in the health app. The health app. It's not your Apple Watch app. And then if your watch is connected to the health app, it'll track all that. But
Okay.
it even shows you the ranges. So it breaks down. Up here is how much you're awake. Here is like your core sleep, and then here's your deep sleep. So I was between waking up, I was awake for 7 minutes, an hour and 35 of REM sleep, 5 hours of core sleep, and 29 minutes of deep sleep. It breaks all of that down.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna have
for
to get on that, bro, because that's one thing that I do want to start tracking. I think the thing with me is that I have my Apple Watch on and that shit just be down when I'm sleeping. To be honest with you.
yeah,
So that's on me. Um, Finders, that actually brings up a good point that I wanted to kind of say too, as well, just around health and everything. Did you see Coach Glass's thing on Facebook?
yeah, I did.
Man, I think that is one of the biggest things, especially for guys our age and everything like that, of just not going to the doctor frequently and everything. And I'm a victim too. I haven't been to the doctor like the past year and everything. I haven't been to the doctor. obviously dentists and everything. I know that's so important, but like, I feel like during that time period, I was more focused on trying to find a different job and everything. But when
Yeah.
I saw that post and everything, man, and he specifically said he was like, I think that's one thing that a lot of guys our age and everything we just push off and everything, and then we go when something actually bad happens, and at that time there could be multiple things going on or symptoms that are going on when it could have been alleviated if you just would have done just a regular checkup and everything like that.
Yep.
Um,
They catch a lot of stuff early.
and I think too, like at this age too, I feel like whatever's hereditary in your family or genes and everything, I feel like that stuff kind of starts showing at this early stage and everything.
Yep.
So, like you said, man, it's better to catch it and everything and do that. Especially just guys and everything, man. Like we just it's bad to say that we don't do it, but it's one of those things. It's just like I don't know if it's just like the anxiety of going in there and just like, oh shit, they're gonna find something wrong with me and everything like that. I get it. I'm the same exact way. I get it, but it's better to stay safe than sorry and everything, man. Rather have like a little medication or cut back on something than 10 years from now you have to have a huge ass surgery and everything like that. So.
Yeah. Especially, bro, if you're expect the biggest part is if you have insurance and don't go
Use
to the
it.
doctor,
Some people
you're
don't.
burning a hole in your pocket.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Now, I understand if you don't have insurance, because if you going to the doctor without insurance can range anywhere from like 150 to like $300, something like that. So I can understand if you don't have insurance. But there are people that are paying for insurance that gets taken out of their check before they see it, and they're still not going to the doctor. It's
mhm.
like either cancel the insurance or which I mean, I know there's other reasons besides going to the doctor to have the insurance, but like co-pays, if it's through your job, like I think I don't know where my wallet's at. My copay is like $30 just to go. Like you might as well. But yeah, I think what you said, big facts. Paul said big facts in the chat. I think there's a thing to what you're saying is I think a lot of it is people scared that they'll find something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's what Paul said. I'm a victim. Paul had kidney stones, dude, bro. When Paul got kidney stones, first of all, let me tell you something. This dude Paul will have a 12-hour shift. He will get a large water from Chick-fil-A, and when he leaves, half of it will still be in there. He'll drink maybe 20, 25 ounces of water in a 12-hour shift. And I'd be like, Paul, how are you even functioning? Barely drinking water. Yeah, Paul said he's paying $180 a month of insurance and he does not go to get checkups or annual physicals.
Change it, bro. Change
Oh,
it.
besides last year, I usually go around the beginning of the year. I'm trying to schedule one right now, but everybody's booked out till April and May.
Hmm.
Um, but I just go in, get my physical. The physical part I'm not really worried about because I know my blood pressure is good. I know.
What'd he say?
Not, he said L's in the chat. It's a learning experience, Paul. It's all good. It's all good. Just go. You got a primary care physician.
Hey,
Um,
man, Paul. This is how I look at it, man. I would rather you pay 100 or whatever the case is than pay 10 grand trying to fix some shit 10 years from now. That's how I look at it.
dude,
That's exactly how I look at it.
hey, medical debt is the number one debt in the country.
It's
More than
crazy.
student loans, more than mortgage, more than houses, medical debt.
It's crazy.
Um,
And you
uh,
pay all that damn money out through finance. That's the crazy thing about it is that we have all this debt, obviously a medical debt and everything, but it's like, how do we have that much debt when they taking the stuff out of our checks, bro? I don't understand it.
because insurance, the premise of insurance is
A
the
scam.
idea. No, the idea of insurance is a good idea. The execution and how he said W's in the chat for Calvin. But the execution and the greediness of insurance is what is diabolical. Idealistically, in a perfect world, you're paying, let's say, for example, $180 a month for insurance, right? Your copay is $30. You go to the doctor, you pay $30, right? You have insurance. Idealistically, let's say you go to the doctor and they say, oh, something's seems a little weird with, I don't know, something's a little off. We want to go. We want to request. We're going to request a blood panel, full blood panel. They'll do your blood work and yada yada, right? They do the blood work. That should be covered, right? Because you're paying for insurance. They're doing it to check something. Let's say they find out something's wrong with your liver, or your liver's being a little funny. They prescribe you, here, we're going to prescribe you this medicine. You're just going to take it for 4 months. After that, we'll recheck. It should be fine. It should level up. You should get the prescription, pay whatever your copay is for the prescription. Let's say it's $20. You pay that. You take it for 4 months. They go back. Let's say it's all, your liver's back to normal. Let's focus on, eating a little healthier, getting your exercise, da da da. At the end of all that, the only thing you should have paid for was the copay for the doctor and whatever it is for your prescription, whatever the copay is. That's it. There shouldn't be, oh, well, the medicine costs this much, so we're going to pay this and then you pay that. It's like, no, 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 no. Because most people that are paying on insurance aren't using it. So the business model of insurance is volume. Because the people that have the insurance that don't have any medical problems are the ones paying for the people that have the medical problems. That's really how it works. So it's about volume. You get 20 million people in this insurance. The business model is 20. Let's say you got all these 20 million people, 20% of them, let's say, have this medical problem where they're constantly using resources, prescriptions, running tests. And let's say you have a chunk, let's say 40%, that have it, don't ever really go to the doctor, use it here and there, pay their copays, but they're not taking up resources. They're paying for that. That's like the ideal. That's the business model. So unfortunately, if you have everybody using their insurance all at once, the companies don't make money. The problem is that a lot of these companies are publicly traded. So that means that they have a shareholding members that they have to turn a profit for. Versus if it's private, none of that matters. Yeah. But then you got people that don't want to privatize insurance, which I understand. This and the third. So
I don't. So I'm gonna say this, Finest.
No, the company, Ethan. Go ahead.
My thing is, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this just publicly. I honestly think if you work for a private firm and everything, I've worked for two so far. I haven't worked for like a publicly traded one and everything. I'll say my first company I worked for was the insurance was dog shit just because it was so many people in the company. There's over 10,000 people in the company and everything. This company that I'm with right now is privately still, but there's only 500 people. When I did my benefits and everything and saw the difference in all that, I said, and I don't know if I'm like correct on this and everything, but dude, I don't think I will ever work for a large size company and everything because the benefits, man, is like you have a big pool of people that you have to take care of and everything. Obviously, the benefits are going to be as great and everything. You go down to a low level company that doesn't have that big of an overhead, they're allowed to cover you for more different things and all that. That's how I look at it personally. And I've talked to people that work for publicly traded companies too. It's kind of the same thing in all that, to be honest, which like I said, I don't know how that all works out and everything, but that's just my 2 cents of just seeing it for my own eyes and all that, you know?
Yeah.
But no, people like go take care of yourself and everything like that. And the thing too, if you feel like something's fishy or whatever when you go to a doctor, you can always go to a second option or third option and see if they say the same thing.
Yeah, or you don't even have to do it.
Yeah.
It's technically optional. Go doctor, this and the third. I always say at least get your blood work done.
Yeah.
When I go, the only thing I really ask is I just want my blood work done. I want a full panel so they check my liver, kidney, all of that stuff. Just make sure everything's good. If nothing's awry, cool. If there's something that's a little off, at least I know. So if it's something with, I don't know, my glucose, right? What is it? A1C is getting a little high. You might need to cut down the sugar. You're pre-diabetic, whatever. Now I know I don't take medicine, but I know, okay, maybe I should just chill back on the sugar, right? Hey, Ethan, you're going to get to this age, my friend. And if you don't take care of your body, okay, you're going to be exactly one of those people we're talking about. All right. So you better watch it. But yeah, so it's like at least you should at least know. If you don't want to do the medicines, you don't want to take medicine, you don't believe in pharma, or you don't want to, it's too expensive, you don't have to pay the money for it. But at least knowing that, oh yeah, I gotta be careful with my liver, or yeah, I gotta be careful with my spleen or my thyroid, whatever it is, you at least know. That's why I say
Mhm.
at least get your blood work done once a year. At least
Yeah.
once a year. That's how they that's how they catch cancers. That's how they catch a lot. Most of the stuff they catch is from blood work panel stuff. Just do
Mhm.
at least do that. And I think everyone, I think when I go, blood tests are covered with your like standard copay, so you don't have to pay extra for blood work, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
All right, Calvin, Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, bro. And
Okay, what do you think? Let's just talk about the game first, and I want to get to the halftime show. What did you think about the game in general? I know a lot of people are like, you
bro,
know,
it wasn't really that entertaining to me. I thought there was like a little spark when um it was I thought this was going to be like the turning event for it and everything like that. When I forgot it was an instance where like there was a push way out of bounds and everything. They started talking or whatever.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Then they came
I think
down, they threw like I
Stephon
think
Diggs.
yeah, they had then they threw a pass, I think it was like for 15 yards, 20 gain. The next pass was a touchdown. I was like, okay, it's I think at that point it's like 12-7. I was like, okay. Then I think the Seahawks scored again, and then Drake May threw a fucking dumb pass for an interception. I was like, all right, this game is probably done and everything. Um, I think that was one of those. I think it's one of those situations, bro, where you just have a very, very young quarterback that hasn't been in a position that just doesn't know how to get through it. Obviously, Sam Darnold, he's been to the trenches. He got drafted by the Jets, and everybody knows you get drafted by the Jets, your career might end before it even starts. So
Yeah,
I think it was really just like Sam Darnold was like, dude, I've been in the league for so long, I cannot let this shit slip away wherever it happens. Because I don't know. It could next year the Seahawks. It could look different for them. They could be one of the bottom teams next year. You never know. Um, but that's my 2 cents on it and everything, just from the gameplay.
yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think I talked to about this with Paul. The W halftime with WCL defense L quarter WCL quarterbacks. Well, okay, I'm gonna break it down, right? But I think you hit the nail on the head. Drake May, remember, he's in his second season.
hmm
This isn't a 10-year vet. It's his first time making it to the Super Bowl. He's been in the league 10 years, this and the third. This is his second year in the league, right? He was a freshman. He was a rookie last year. He made Pro Bowl as a reserve because injuries. He made Pro Bowl last year. Whether you think he's or not, it doesn't matter. He made Pro Bowl last year due to injury. This year, he was a runner-up to MVP. He makes it to the Super Bowl. AFC champ, makes the Super Bowl. Second season. But to your point, very young quarterback. You can say system quarterback, whatever you want. Very young quarterback, early in his career. One of the easiest roads to the Super Bowl, right? Strength of schedule. So, which I don't want to harp on that too much, but it is a factor you have to talk
It
about.
does.
The road,
Fun is, I hate when people say that and everything. They're like on the opposite end. They're just like, oh, like, but he had an easy schedule and everything. It's like you don't get mad at the quarterback. They don't control the schedule. If anything, get mad at the commissioner and everything like that. They just go out there, do their best. Hopefully, they win the fucking game, bro. They don't have any leeway or oh no, we want Jacksonville first week and then we want you know what I'm saying? So
uh, yeah, 100%. But
it
it
does
is a
take a fact into it though.
it
It
is a
does.
point. The Seahawks, the gauntlet the Seahawks had to go through was significantly harder. Now, here's what I will say though. Now, Ethan says these two teams are not the best teams in the league. They're just the last two standing. Okay, first of all, you could say that with any sport when it comes to playoffs. You could say that. But the New England Patriots had to go through. The Chargers, they had to go through the Texans, they had to go through the Broncos. Yes, Broncos didn't have their quarterback. 100%. Broncos top 5 defense though. Yes, they only scored 10 points, but top 5 defense. Houston, number 1 defense. They had to beat Houston. Chargers probably the most respectable win their whole playoff run because Chargers, decent defense, but with Justin Herbert, pretty solid offense, beat them, right? So they were the better team those games leading up to the Super Bowl. Seahawks, same thing. Seahawks had to beat the Rams. My money was on the Rams to go to the Super Bowl and win it. Matthew Stafford, what he did this year, 52 total touchdowns, including regular season and playoffs, right? MVP to put the LA Rams to bed. I mean, and the Rams and the Seahawks were in the same division. So they had to play each other multiple times. Seahawks beat them out to get the number 1 seed. Right? So I don't think that's fair to say that these two teams were not the best in the league. You can say that, like you could make an argument for that in basketball when it comes to the finals. This and the third. That doesn't matter. What matters is here's the thing with the game. Drake May's a young quarterback going against a top 5 defense. The Seahawks had the number 4 defense in the league, and their offense was also top 10. Both teams' offenses were top 10. Both teams' defenses were top 10. From my perspective, I'm a defensive-minded person when it comes to football. I love watching defense ball, right? And both defenses came to play. First half, not a single team saw the end zone. And if you're watching the game, I don't necessarily think that it's because the quarterbacks were bums, but if you look at the defenses, they were relentless. Christian Gonzalez, the corner from for New England, he himself prevented 2 or 3 touchdowns by the Seahawks. Dude almost got an interception deflection in the end zone on a slant route, covered it. I mean, Christian Gonzalez was out there balling. The D line for both teams relentless. The defenses for these teams is why it seemed like the game was boring, right? Anytime anytime both defenses are playing hard and playing well and playing ball, it's gonna be a boring game. Because you gotta remember, Seahawks, they're the number 1 team in points and defensive points. So they gave up the least amount of points all season. It was like 17. You know who was second? The New England Patriots. Neither team all season gave up more than 20 points. Well, on average, they gave up less than 20 points. So this was gonna be a hard-nosed game to start because these defenses don't give up points. Right? So even though both offenses, they're top 5 both in scoring offense, but these defenses came to play. And what ended up happening is Drake May and the New England Patriots, 3 and out, punt, interception. Now your defense is starting to get tired. They're starting to wear. Second half comes, what Seattle do? They go, you know what? We're going to lean on the run game. We're dominating the time of possession. We're scoring.
That running back ran his ass off too.
Kenneth Walker, 135 yards on the ground.
He would have had more if that touchdown didn't get called back.
Yeah, called back.
He had like 170 or something. Like
So when you have a hard bout defensive game, but you're noticing the other defense is getting way more snaps, you're driving the field. You're not scoring touchdowns. You drive the field goal, drive the field punt, drive the field goal. You're getting across the field. That defense gets tired. When that defense is out there on the 70th, 80th snap, what do? Oh, we got a dog at running back. Hand him the ball. Now he starts chipping away at him. Once he starts chipping away at him, what does it do? It opens up the game for the pass. And that's what happened with the Seahawks is Kenneth Walker. All right, New England, load the box. We have to stop the run, right? Because on their side, they're like, I told Paul, what New England Patriots got to do is they gotta cap Jackson Smith and Jigba. By cap, I mean they have a corner on them. They have to have somebody over top. You can give Jackson Smith and Jigba those 3 yards, those 5 yards, those little yards right there. You can't have him 30 yards down the field wide open. You can't. If you do that, you're going to lose before the game starts. But they did that well. So in their mind, okay, we got Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's kind of in and out because I believe he was like dealing with concussion protocol. So in their minds, okay, Jackson Smith and Jigba, the offensive player of the year, is out of the picture. Let's load the box. Well, Sam Darnold's like, oh, you think he's the only guy that can catch on this team? Say less. because he's again battle-tested, war-ready quarterback as Sam Darnold, right? So, and I believe this isn't his first time in the Super Bowl. So that's basically what ended up coming down to and how it played out. I enjoyed it. It wasn't like exciting in terms of like high scoring, crazy plays, but from the defense, watching those DBs play ball like that, the linebackers hit them gaps, the D line off the ball with that aggression. Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's fantastic, fantastic. Now, did you watch the halftime show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let me ask you this. From somebody that's not really that doesn't really know Spanish, you're not really like enveloped in the Spanish culture. What was your like perspective or take on the halftime show?
I mean, I don't have nothing bad to say about it. I thought it was pretty cool just from the setup, from the just how he had just the whole start of it and everything. I think it's the thing with me, I'm always open to something new, seeing something new, doing something new and everything like that. I think that was a new experience for everybody. Obviously, I don't know what he was saying, but shit, I was jigging to it a little bit. But I mean, I don't have nothing bad to say about it. I think it was obviously I know some people have their opinions and everything around it and all that, but I don't have nothing bad to say about it. I thought it was just kind of cool venue, just set up just from start to finish, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it was a vibe. It was a
Yeah.
vibe. I do want to say, uh, the people that are complaining about it because it's not in English and talking about Bad Bunny doesn't like America. First of all, shut up. Shut up. You know nothing about him. You clearly know nothing about him. Okay, shut up. If you're watching this, just close out YouTube. Go to a different video.
Finest.
I don't,
I got to say something to that to
I don't
back
give a
it up.
shit.
I got to
What?
say this. I hope I offend some people on this. I'm not gonna cuss you out. I ain't gonna call you out your name. But do you know how dumb people are? People are saying, "Oh, he's Bad Bunny's not American. Oh, he's from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's a part of the United States, y'all fucking idiot."
People don't know that, bro.
Like when people said that and everything, I said, "We are not meant." Like first thing, before somebody needs to speak, please do your research so you don't look like a fucking asshole. And there's a bunch of people that said that, and I saw it on Facebook, Instagram, all over social media. I literally want to go in and just comment and be like, you know, Puerto Rico's a part of the United States, right?
They're
And,
U.S. citizens.
and the reason why, and the thing about it is like, do you understand that you can go to Puerto Rico without a passport? Without a
Those,
passport, it's a part of the United States, bro. Like, how dumb are people? Like,
no, those people don't travel. Those people don't leave their bubble. They don't travel and see the world or let alone the country. Those people
and,
aren't travel people.
and I'm gonna say this too. Jake Paul said some shit too about that, saying like, "Oh, I don't know, blah 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 blah." He's from Puerto Rico, buddy. You got a house in Puerto Rico, so you don't got to pay taxes in the United States. So, what we doing, dog? I just don't get it, Finest. I don't get it. I don't get the logic and everything.
It's what it really is. Is just it's just closed minded, right? Because it's not in English. That's really what it is. It's not in English. Closed minded. Again, I liked it.
I'm
I
still
didn't
listening
know.
to you, by the way. Hold on.
Yeah, I didn't know everything he was saying, but I knew some of it. Like a lot of the songs he played, I have on my playlist. You know, learning Spanish, etc., etc. Hey, what you talking about, Paul?
What
Any,
Paul said?
I don't know, but oh, I see what you're saying. It's all good, Paul. Big W's in the chat, but this well, and then this is the thing. We probably gonna lose viewers on this. I don't give a shit. You wanna know why? Here's the thing. If you genuinely love watching the NFL and love watching football, me personally, I want to see football, not just football. I want to see the NFL become a global sensation. I want it to be. I understand it's the biggest, like the NFL Super Bowl is the biggest thing in America. It's our biggest sport. I think it was the second most watched Super Bowl of all time, like 120 something million people. I want the NFL to be a global sensation. I want 20 years from now, I want the NFL, not football, just the NFL as an organization to be like one of the top 5 sports in the world, top 5 watch sports in the world. That's what I want. To do that, we're gonna have to get out of this closed-mindedness when it comes to the Super Bowl. We're gonna have to, right? We're doing games overseas. They have the German stuff, the stuff in London. They have the games that they have overseas, right? They're trying to become international. They broadcasted the Super Bowl in 190 countries this year, right? If we want our sport to be up there with the greatest sports of all time in terms of viewership around the world, we're gonna have to step out of our comfort zone in terms of like the biggest stage for the NFL, which is the Super Bowl. We're gonna have to. If you don't want that, then you don't really want to see the NFL become bigger. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like the US, the US is the second largest Spanish speaking country by population in the world. We're only second to Mexico. Besides Mexico, by population, not per capita. Population, there's like 45 million Spanish speakers in the US. We're the second largest Spanish speaking country in the world. You got to understand, like in the world. So if there's one halftime show that's in Spanish, get over it. It's one. You know what I'm saying? Like next year, they're going to find somebody else. It's probably going to be in English. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what this bullshit is about. And then if you don't like it, you don't like it. Some people didn't like the Kendrick shit. People didn't like Rihanna. There's people that didn't like Usher's performance. So, you just get over it. People that didn't like the Kendrick, oh, I didn't like it. Move on. Okay, cool. Whatever. You're still gonna watch. You're still gonna watch football. What, you gonna boycott the NFL? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
You know,
Fucking
you know,
complain about shit.
you
Grow
know.
the fuck up. Oh my God.
I
Bro,
feel
you know
you,
how
bro.
many performances I see, and I'm like, I don't really like this shit, but I don't care. Bro, it's really not that serious, if we're being
It's
honest.
not that.
It's really not.
If you okay, let's
Just
put
don't
this.
watch the halftime show. It's that simple.
Thank,
Don't bitch and complain
thank
about it.
you, thank you. But fine, this is what people could do. If you don't, I agree with you. Some people don't like it and everything. You are open to your own opinion and everything like that
100%. 100%.
until you start getting disrespectful and shit. That's when I start cut. That's when I cut it. This is my thing. Halftime performance. What would you say? 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the max, 30 maybe.
Like, yeah, 20, 25, I
20,
think.
30. All right, if you don't like to hear it and everything, you can do finest. I'm gonna give you a great representation, play by play. This is my TV. Turn that shit off for 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, they got the game back on and everything. Turn it back on.
That's all you got to do.
It's not that bad, folks. It's not that bad, bro. But no, folks just want to go out and
Bro, 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 here's the thing. Here's the thing. Shout out Paul. Paul just hit on his parlay. He got a little 3X on his parlay. 100%. Big dubs for Paul. Big dubs for Paul. Here's the thing.
Hey, how many legs was it, Paul? Put it in the
It was
chat.
probably 3. It's probably 3 because there's a freebie on Prize Picks where LeBron just needs to hit 1 point to hit. I think it was probably a 2-leg. Paul, how many legs is your parlay? Here's the thing. Imagine this. Imagine how I don't even know what the word is, but you are so upset from a halftime show you don't have to watch to pull out your phone, go out of your way to post something on Twitter, bitching and complaining about it like a fucking 12-year-old. Think about that. If I don't like something, it was a 2-leg. I don't give it my energy. If I don't like a movie, I don't go on and just start slandering people's names and being disrespectful if I don't like a movie. If I don't like a movie, if there's a franchise I don't like or a movie that I see the trailer, it's like, oh, this looks terrible. I'm just not gonna go watch it. I'm not gonna go watch it, and then I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about it, right? It's like, or even if I do go see it, and I think that it was a waste of my time because the movie was terrible, I'm not gonna go to Twitter and sit here and talk about how shitty the movie was because I have better things to do because I'm not a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Respectively.
You get what I'm saying? With all due respect, with all due respect. Now, if somebody asks you your opinion, different story. If somebody asks you your opinion, cool, 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 cool. But my problem with the whole social media thing, it gives everybody a voice, which is, and I honestly don't believe that everybody deserves a voice the same as everybody else on certain things, right? I truly don't. But at the same time, it is what it is. That's your opinion. That's your right as an American citizen. It's the thing. That's the beauty of America. You can have that opinion. You can go on Twitter and say all that stuff. But to me, you're a hoe.
You know, in
Point blank
finance,
period. You're
you're
a
so
hoe.
right about that. You are, you know, and I told this to I told this to somebody one day. I said, you're completely right. You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. You can
100%.
say the most outlandish stuff. You can say the most racial stuff and everything, and it's free speech and everything. But one thing I always said, I said, you can say that, but just know those words come with a consequence and everything. You can say all you want,
100%.
but it comes with a consequence, and that consequence is not gonna be in your favor, bro.
Shout out Ron in the chat. Shout out Ron in the chat. 100%. 100%. Just like if you don't like somebody's music, just don't listen to it. Imagine the level of hate that somebody had. Like, let's say somebody just absolutely hates J. Cole. Imagine them waiting for every J. Cole album to drop so they can get on Twitter and talk shit about it. You know how peonish, how low level, bottom of the barrel scum energy that shit is? Just
but
don't
you
listen to it.
but you
I
know
don't
the
like
thing.
country music. I just don't listen to it. I don't sit here and wait for Billy Ray Cyrus to drop an album so I can talk shit. Or even if I listen to an album that I'm like, oh, I'll check it out. People are talking about it, and I listen to it, I don't like it. The last thing I'm gonna do is tweet about how I don't like the album. I don't care.
and, and, and,
Now,
and for the
yeah,
people that do be tweeting and shit about it and everything, it's like, all right, I'm gonna play the opposite. Like I'm J. Cole and everything. I see you tweeting about my shit and everything. You know, I'm gonna tweet back. Thank you for your support. You listened to my whole album and gave me views and listens. That's money in my pocket.
bro,
Thank
at the
you.
end of the
Thank
day,
you.
bro, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if you really hate it, don't even listen to it. If you hate that person, don't now. There is a difference. I will say, if you're a J. Cole fan, you listen to a project and you don't like it and you have a critique on it, that's cool. So going to Twitter to still do that, I think it's still scumbag. But that's a little different because you like J. Cole and you're just critiquing it, whatever, cool, whatever. But if you don't like J. Cole, don't even contribute to his view or don't even contribute to his listen or download. Just leave it. Just leave it. But
Yeah.
if you do that, you can have an opinion about the album. There's nothing that burns my soul. There's nothing that grinds my gears more than somebody that has an opinion on something and it's negative, they haven't seen it. If somebody has an opinion on a movie and they talk about how a movie sucks, and if I ask, have you seen it? If your answer is no, I want to hit you in your fucking chest as hard as I can. I want to pull your goddamn trachea out because it's like, shut up. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen it, you they say you have a right to an opinion. The only time I truly believe you should have a right to an opinion is when you have an opinion on something you haven't seen, like a movie or a show.
I mean, it just
I
simply
don't
comes
care.
down to just like, bro, you're not educated about it. So what opinion
Exactly.
you say to make everybody in the room think, okay, that's a great perspective actually. Go a little bit deeper, you know, like shit like
Calvin,
that.
Calvin, what's your favorite restaurant?
It's probably this Cajun spot down here in Bellevue called Voodoo Gumbo.
Okay. What if you got into an argument because some dude you was talking about voodoo gumbo and some dude was like, "Oh, voodoo gumbo is trash," and y'all got into a full blown argument. Let's say 30, 20 minutes into this argument, you find out he's never actually eaten there.
I would look at him and be like, bro, you wasted about 20 minutes. I want you to walk away.
I would be so fucking hot. One, you wasted 20 minutes of my life because I would never argue with someone about something that hasn't tried it, like food.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate pizza. And if that person's never had pizza, how the fuck can you sit here and say you hate pizza and you've never had it? Now, you can say, "Oh, I've never had it. I'm not interested in it. It doesn't sound like something I would like." That's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
But to die on a hill about how shitty something is and you've never had it, oh, if you don't get out of
Perfect.
here,
Finest, finest. Perfect example for you. Finest does not like anything white sauce ranch or anything. Me, Mitch, and
hey,
Mark give him shit for it all the time. Every time. But you know the thing that I can say? Every time I'm like, Finest, have you tried it? He's like, yes, I tried it multiple times. It just ain't for me.
that's how I know I don't like it. I've tried it and it's just not good to me. Once I try it, I don't like it. I'm never eating it again though. That's just
I
how it
still
is.
think you're weird for that because ranch is bomb as fuck, but
No,
I appreciate you at least trying it out.
ranch is the devil's spit. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. All right,
uh,
Paul, start feeding up some questions, Paul. Start feeding up some questions. Where
I
we at?
actually, I'll kick it off for you because I got one.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead,
Now
go
I'm gonna
ahead.
give you, and I'll give you my take on it. Which is harder, a game time winning free throw or a game time kicking a field goal to win? I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, in my personal experience, and I'm gonna go a little bit to give you my explanation on this. I'm gonna say football. I'm gonna say the kick and everything, and this is why. This is why. I feel like as a kicker, there's so much stuff that you can't control. You can't control the quarterback. You can't control where the ball, the yardage where you're kicking from, and everything. You can't even control if it's a good snap and the holder holds a good kick and everything for you to kick it and everything. There's so many variables. Obviously, too, weather too as well. If it's snowing, it's hard. It's hard to kick a ball when it's cold and shit. Obviously, get a grip on it to put it down and have a good hold for it. Now, going to basketball. I feel like basketball is different a little bit too as well. There's so much stuff that can happen in a run of basketball between timeouts and everything. You can have a team go up 8 points within the time period of like the whistle blowing and everything. You can go on a crazy run and everything. When it comes down to basketball though, I just feel like, and this is my opinion, free throws are free throws for a reason and everything. They're free. They should be the most easiest knockdown shot and everything that I would say in my if you have a good form and everything, good rhythm and all that. I understand some people can't shoot free throws and everything like that. But if you're playing basketball, you should be working on your free throws, bro. No matter what position you're in and everything like that. That's just my honest opinion, my
Every
take in
day.
everything. That's my take. I'm gonna take kicking the football and everything just because there's so many things that you cannot control. I think basketball you can control it a little bit in everything, but I'm gonna go with kicking the field goal. What's your take?
I think I agree. Kicking a field goal, so many different factors. You can't control where you're gonna kick it, right? So because the distance matters. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we were to like nitpick and be like, okay, if a 10-yard field goal versus a free throw, I'd go 10 yard free throw. If it was like a 15, but if it's a 50-yard field goal or a free throw, I'd for sure go the field goal's harder. But if we're talking about just in general, it's a random, for the free throw, it's the same. It's tied, need the free throw to win. Or you might be down. I guess you might be down. Down might is we'll do down because down's more pressure. Because if you miss
Yeah.
a free throw and you're tied, you still get overtime. If you miss it and you're down,
Let's say you're down
potentially
by one.
how much
You
time's left?
can't. You can't. Huh?
How much time's left?
Okay. Let's say. Okay. Let me set the parameters a little bit better. All right. Let's say. Let's say about like a 40-yard field goal and everything like that. And then for the free throws, let's say you're down by one, in between like 5 to 10 seconds left, but you're down by one. So you can't so to win it and everything, you need to hit two, but to tie, you need one.
Okay. I then yeah, for that scenario, I think the field goal's harder. I think for if we were just doing like any random setup, any like generic setup for a field goal versus the free throw, I'm gonna go the field goal's harder. Like you said, weather, we don't, it might be in a dome, but it might be cold, it might be windy, it might be raining. the snapper might mess it up, the place kicker might fumble it, and then you also, if the field goal gets blocked, it's not your fault. Somebody got through on the line. So there's a lot more factors involved with that. Versus free throw, there's nobody that can like get in front of you for the free throw. So I think
I feel
in
like
general,
the only thing for a free throw is just it depends, and obviously too, it depends if you're home or away. You're away, you got the whole crowd going crazy and everything, doing whatever. But it's a home game. Most likely they're gonna be quiet. They're gonna let you focus and everything. So
same in football.
yeah, true.
Yeah, I say that I think the field goal is harder. There's just a lot more variables involved
Mhm.
for it to go in. And you got the other team trying to ice you. This, that, yeah. I think the field goal, for most cases, the field goal I think is would be harder than
And
the
let's
free
say this
throw.
too, and like you said too, the weather. We're not even talking about the ball being cold. Like fuck, bro. Like if it's a snowing game, or raining game, you're wet, cold, all that stuff. Basketball, you inside.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
weather's not a factor.
Yeah.
Defender's not a factor. None of that
Yeah.
stuff. All right,
Okay.
let's see. Paul said, "What's y'all's most embarrassing moment?"
Are we just
Hmm.
talking about in general or sports or what we saying? What
I'm
we
just
saying
thinking in life.
in
Just
life?
what's your most embarrassing? Trying to think.
Bro, I got one right off the top of my head. I don't know if this is the most embarrassing one, but this is the most memorable one. So y'all remember Heelys, right?
Oh no. What happened?
All right, bro. So this is, I think I was like 8 or something like that. Just got my first pair of Heelys, bro. When them things came out, that's the hottest shit on the block. Everybody wants some Heelys. So I got some. I think my mom said that was the worst decision she ever bought, like as far as shoes and everything. Because I was Lupe Fiasco, that shit. Every time I got a chance, bro, I'm running around on my heels, just sliding. So we go to Walmart in Cool Springs, packed. She's getting like the stuff and everything. I get like some milk or whatever. And I'm like, rolling around and everything with 2 gallons of milk and everything like that. she looks at me. She was like, Calvin, stop that shit. You gonna do something? I said, no, I'm good. I'm good. I keep on doing it. She's like, she warns me 3 times. She's like, all right, something happens. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna be good for you. So, bro, we about to go to the checkout line, and you know how long the lines are. It's like Walmart. Obviously, their setup in the front is huge and everything.
Yeah.
Lines out the fucking wazoo. So I'm coming down like past like the women's section and everything, just healing in, bro. So I get on the heels. I bend the corner. Cart comes. Oh, drop the milk, bro. You talk about the loudest sound of milk hitting the ground. It exploded. Most embarrassing moment. But this is the fucked up part. This is the fucked up part. I fall. I bust my ass. I'm on my back and everything. I'm like, ah. Mom comes up right over top of me. Told you to stop doing that dope shit. Strolls away, bro. Whole
Getting you
lot
while you're
looking at me
down.
and everything. Yeah, bro. It was not good.
Dude. I think I got a couple that come to mind. But the one that's the most recent that killed my soul. Part of me died after this happened, but it was right when COVID, so we were all like online for classes and stuff. And we go to like these breakout rooms and we're like discussing stuff, yada yada yada. And then we come back to the normal room and I forget to mute my mic. So I get a phone call and like class is about to end in like 10 minutes or whatever. I get a phone call and I was like, hello. I was like talking phone. I was like, yeah, just hang on. I'm in this class and I start talking mad shit about the class. Like just um it actually still like I still like start sweating a little bit when I think about it. I started talking mad shit about this class with both professors on the thing, and I didn't know I was muted. And then like I was like talking shit, da, 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 da. Then like nobody said anything because everybody was like, oh, "No way." And then when I stopped, I looked, and the professors were like, and I was like,
Oh,
I muted myself, and I was like, "Bro, I swear to God, I just wanted to die right there. I just wanted to just fade away like Thanos snap and Marvel. I just wanted to just fade away into dust,
It's like the
part of me
Homer
died.
Simpson just going to the bushes.
Dude, my heart sank to my fucking asshole, bro. It,
Ooh. Did they ever
dude,
bring that conversation back up? Like, did
bro,
you
I acted like it never happened, bro. I
even
acted like it never happened.
did the professors well were they weird after that a little bit for a week or whatever?
Dude, I'm not gonna fake it. They were like super chill about it because it's like I'm bro. So this isn't an excuse. Like what I do, it was terrible, and I feel like shit for it. But online like when we online learning, I'm terrible at online learning. So when the whole school, this is like right when everything went to online. So like I'm sitting in class. I just hated school online. So like I wasn't really applying myself. I was kind of bullshitting and I was just like, man, this shit sucks. And like the thing is, I enjoy learning, but in an online setting, it's just not it for me. So like I wasn't there mentally. So
Mhm.
like my mindset was, man, fuck this shit. Like that was my mindset to like school when it was online. And then
Mhm.
after that, I was like, dude, I'm bull. That's when I started to like change my mentality about it because I'm like, okay, eventually we're gonna go back. In my head, I was like, I don't think we're gonna be like this forever. So that's when I like after that is when I like was like, all right, let me stop bullshitting. Let me like stop, dicking around. And I started to like really lock in. But dude, that and then like it was a class with like 40 people in it. And then like I see in the chat on Zoom, like, oh my God, or no, there was a Discord with like all the grad students in there, and everybody was blowing the Discord, like, oh my God, no, he didn't. He just said this, that, and the third. And I left the Discord, like I left the thing. I was like, I can't show my face. I was hoping because my camera was off. I was hoping nobody, and it was like one of those things where like there's so many people to where you just see the
The
speaker.
bot.
So you just see the professors as the main shits. So my head, I'm like, I wonder if they don't know who said it. Yeah, I just that killed me inside. It killed me
When
inside.
was this? Back in COVID?
It was like 2020.
Oh, okay. I thought this shit was recent. I was about to say, I'm like, damn.
No, that's really the most recent thing. But since then, I haven't anything crazy. Um, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received, and how has it influenced you?
Bro, I got this straight because I've asked this to you multiple times, and I think this is the best thing. My mom has always taught me, bro, it doesn't matter. And let me preface this. A lot of people, when they grow up, they obviously take whatever their parents say and everything and run with it. My mom has always taught me, she was like, you need to form your own educated, get not guess, but explanation, I guess, despite what I say and everything.
Hmm.
If that makes sense and everything like that. I feel
Like
like,
come to your own conclusion on stuff.
yeah, I feel like a lot of people just would, oh, my dad likes this, so supports this, so I'm gonna support him. It's like, no, bro, like, no, like that especially like our parents grew up in a different time period than we're growing up in. So you can't have that same mentality and everything like that because everything is evolving. So that's why she's always said, form your own opinion and everything, but do your research. Don't be a dumbass and just start flying off at the mouth and not having no credibility behind it
Yeah,
and everything. She's always said that and everything. I think that is something that I will always instill into whenever I do have kids and everything. Is like, don't look at me for the answer. Go seek it out and everything. I feel like when you seek out your own stuff, you can formulate and have your own answer for it and everything. It might not be right, it may be right, but it's your perspective and how you interpret it and everything. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, I think for me, I don't even remember who told me. It might have been my parents. I don't remember, but it was like if you want to, but if you want to be different, you got to move different, right?
Hmm.
Like it's okay to not like everybody like wants to like fit in and be like the norm.
Hmm.
It's okay to not be normal because if normal is like average, and if you want to be great, you can't be normal. You can't be average. And
Hmm.
if you want to be different, you got to move different. So like, and with all of that, that encompasses like the hustle, grinding, setting goals for yourself. Like this is kind of like all the stuff that kind of came, all the stuff that it comes with. being different, trying to be great in whatever that you do, and just applying yourself. If you're gonna do something, if you're gonna do something in life, you have to like do it. And by that, like, don't just work at Shoe Palace. Be the best, be like top 50 in the company. Paul will tell you, like, and it's not even me competing with other people. It's I'm trying to be the best I can be at everything that I do. So when
Mhm.
it comes to schoolwork, I'm trying to be the best researcher out there. When it comes to Shoe Palace, I'm trying to be the best shoe salesman. When it came to Pizza Hut, I was trying to be the best delivery driver the city has seen. It sounds like corny and cheesy, but like dead ass, you can ask anybody that's worked with me. I am trying to be the best. I want the most sales. I want the most deliveries, whatever it is. I'm going for stats and I'm trying to be the best, undeniable, the best. So setting goals for yourself and really when it comes to trying to achieve those goals, you gotta be unrelenting. You gotta be relentless when it comes to really trying to achieve something. You're trying to like I don't want to get too long winded, but like if you're trying to lose the weight, it's one thing to be like, okay, I want to lose 50 pounds this year or 100 pounds this year. What are
Mhm.
you doing to do that? And are you doing that shit every single day? I want this PhD. Am I doing everything I need to do every single day to get this PhD? If not, what do I need to do that? If I didn't do what I need to do today, I got to make up for that shit tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that has really that like one piece of advice is been applicable to everything in my life. So it's influenced me on just absolutely going crazy with just trying to be 1%, just trying to be better today than I was yesterday. Essentially what it is.
Too, Finest, I've always had this mentality, and I think I knew this at like a very, very young age and everything. Um, I feel like when I was younger, I just knew, and I think this comes from just seeing my mom when we moved down to Tennessee and everything, single parent, all that shit. Bro, I realized at a young age that not shit in life is going to be given to you. Especially like nothing is going to be given to you and everything. Um, So you always have to continue to work and everything. Like even my mom, she said like, I like this is when she's still working at GM. She's like, I'm still 40. I'm still working, Like I don't feel like she said this. She's like, I still feel like there's still more for me to do and everything like that. And then, within that 10 years, she moved up two positions and everything, got the job that she wanted, loved it and everything. Um, she didn't stop there though. She built it out and everything like that. She added, I think that team was about 30 people. She grew it to like 60 or 70 or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, just did like she had a plan, but she was just like, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do the damn thing.
Yeah.
So so yeah, man, it's like, and the thing too, Finest, and I'm gonna pause on this and everything, because I feel like we kind of talking a little bit about it, too much about it. I feel you have, like you said, you have to be different, but you have to be logical at the same time too.
Yeah.
Feel like it's like, all
You gotta
right,
be like strategic.
yeah, it's just like for example, like let's say you got a business. Oh, I want to grow the business to 20 million. It's like, hold on, bro. That not saying you can't do it, but what's the time frame? What's the time frame? Oh, 2 years. You might want to
How,
you might want to dial it back a little bit, because if you don't hit that, you're gonna be pissed off at yourself. You're gonna be down bad and everything. And then ultimately, I feel like that's when people give up, is because they set too high of a standard and everything for themselves. My thing is like take the little wins. It's like, all right, I grew it to, you know, 25K. Next quarter, I grew it to 50. It's just like the little steps and everything, bro. I feel like a lot of people just want the overnight success basically, and it's like, no, that's how people be getting fucked up basically, in my opinion.
yeah.
So yeah, and I feel like
All
you
right.
appreciate it more going through the journey and just having the overnight success, because I feel like you get the overnight success, you're not gonna know what to do with it, because it's just so much money or whatever stuff that you gain from it all at once and everything. So
Yeah. Uh so we got the last one. First of all, shout out Paul. He's finally number one in the chat on the rankings. Um,
he's not.
and also, Paul, I'm gonna have to call you because Jose's texting me about the code stuff. But I'll call you after the stream real quick. last one. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Hmm.
Any historical figure. Hmm. Any historical man, that's tell there's so many.
There's so many, but I don't know. That is a hard one. Hmm. You go first, Fines, if you got one, because I got to think about this one.
Uh I'm trying to think. There is uh okay, hang on. I gotta look something up because god damn it. So there is his name's Peter. Have you seen Emancipation with Will Smith?
I have, but it's been so long. I've seen damn near almost like every Will Smith movie and everything, but I can't recall that one. I can't recite it and everything.
Okay. I don't know his last name, but there's this Emancipation is about a movie of a runaway slave who ends up joining the fight in the Civil War to fight basically fight for his freedom. His name's Peter, and Emancipation is based on that. It's like based on a true story or whatever. But um, see if I can share this. So the reason why I choose him because I want to know, I want to like sit down and know, learn, like I want to know his full story. So this is a picture of Peter right here, and it was actually a
That's
crucial
such a
moment.
remember. Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It was actually a crucial moment in the Civil War because this picture of his back when he was a slave from like all the lashings and stuff, this picture was actually published and it got overseas, and I believe that's when like the French decided to step in to help the Union in the Civil War. But this picture right here, and so I think his story would be crazy to ask like I've seen the movie, but like being able to sit down with him person, be like, okay, like what was life like as a slave, and then talk about that, and it's like, okay, how did the like your escape, and walk me through that, and then when he escapes, he escapes to to like this Union base, I believe in Louisiana, or I think it might have been in Houston. I don't remember exactly where, but he gets there, and then they were like, "If you're here, but if you want freedom, we need soldiers to fight. Because if we don't win this war, you're not going to be free." He joins the war, and I believe he becomes like a pretty significant piece to the war and winning in that area because he knew the landscape because he escaped and all that stuff, and just learning like his life after the war. How did that go? Because in the movie he like separated from his family, and he ends up in the movie he ends up fighting, and then he goes back to where his family's at to free them. Because this is the point in the war where they were there's a point in the war where that the slaves were like technically freed, but word didn't get around. And then the people in the South, they were like, well, no, we're not letting our slaves go. You're tripping. So they had to go to these plantations and these different regimes in the South and basically physically force them to free the slaves. So just that, learning about that from the man himself would have been crazy.
Man,
Yeah, he
I go
served
back.
in the U.S. colored troops. But yeah,
Man, this is a question that I had to kind of look up and everything. My first one would be Nelson Mandela, to be honest. I feel like that's just an interesting person just to learn and everything. Obviously it's not compared to like America and everything, but um the real one, dude, I'll probably go Obama. I would really go with Obama, just because just the history behind it, first black president and everything. I would just like to hear his story growing up, the challenges that he had to face, just being a minority. Um, Obviously going through the election and everything. I feel like that would just be just like where was your mindset at when you're
yeah,
hearing these different noises from different people? Some stuff is good, some stuff is bad, but how did you kind of stay on your path of what you wanted to do and everything like that, and all that. And then obviously, during his first presidency, and then obviously, his second presidency and everything, like what was the biggest difference and everything, from your first year to your second year, and how did you kind of put the pieces together to do what you want to do and everything, and how this may be a question for you, Finest. How, how do they select their cabinet? Do they hand select them, or is it
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they hand select their cabinet.
so? That's the next thing. Is like, is there a certain criteria of how you deliberate of who's going to be in your cabinet or not? Because obviously, I feel like you would have a plethora of people, but it's like, okay, I want this person for this reason. I want this person for that reason. Um, I would really just like to hear it just from his perspective and everything. Um, just his lens, his eyes, and just like his words and everything like that. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he was one of the ones on my list for sure. All right.
Another one would be. Another one would be for me,
What?
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson.
I would definitely love to hear his. I mean, if y'all don't know the history behind that, y'all need to go. Y'all been living under a rock. Um, First Black American to play baseball, like
in the in the pros, like
the
the
in the
outside of
MLB.
the Negro League.
Yeah, and to this day, so notable and everything. Not just by being the first black person, but just from just records and everything like that. Do you know how pissed off they were probably?
Oh,
Oh,
dude, what they were?
this black dude coming in and putting up stats and everything. You can't hate the motherfucker at that point if you a fan. You can't hate him because y'all going to the World Series every year. You can't hate him that bad.
Yeah, he definitely was breaking that color barrier.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, Paul, Paul? Shout out Paul, W Paul in the chat. All right, Cal, what you got for the people before we sign off?
Man, I don't really got nothing too big, man. What I'll say is just on the health thing, that it's summer's right, not summer, spring's right around the corner. Get outside, do what you got to do and everything. I feel like when the weather is better outside, I feel like people's mental states are a little bit better. So we're kind of climbing out of that winter months and everything. So, don't take it for granted and everything, man. I feel like just get outside, do what you need to do. Get sunlight, man. Just get some sunlight and go touch some grass.
Touch grass for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for the Guardians of 615. We will catch you guys next time.